When I was pregnant, I felt like I needed absolutely everything. But after having my baby, I realized there are few essentials that make your life easy, and then there are things that are nice to have but not really necessary. First, let's talk about where your baby is going to sleep. For the early months, I recommend having either a baby cot or a bassinet. We used a bassinet for our living room, which was downstairs, and then we had a cot, which was in our bedroom. Cots are for long term use, bassinets, cribs, they'll go on for like 6 to 8 months. And when your baby starts to sit or starts to stand or crawl, I don't think it's safe anymore. And you need to transition into a cot. Or if you want to co sleep, then that's a completely different story. This cot is specifically big in size because it will transition into a single bed, which my toddler can use later on. One of the bigger purchases we made was a travel system with a car seat, carry cot, and stroller. These things can be expensive, but when I was buying my own set, I kept wondering if it was really worth spending that much money. But after having my baby, I can say it is one of the good investments. You need to spend money on it because you want this to be good quality, safe for your baby, and this should last long, even for your other babies as well, if you are planning on to have more babies. That's the thing. We use car seats in our cars. We can't take our newborn babies in UK without this. So this is something which we could not live without. Your baby falls asleep in the car. You don't have to wake them up every time. So you use the stroller. So I took my baby to so many places with this stroller, and especially when my parents were visiting us in the UK, we went shopping, we went out for meals, restaurants, walks in the parks. So, having a good stroller, which is expensive and sturdy at the same time, meant that I was tension free. I knew that my baby was safe and I could take it to so many places. Yes, it's expensive, but it's something that you will use almost every single day. And now you need a good baby bag. I always kept mine packed and ready to go. I even took this bag to my hospital for labor and it helped me a lot. You keep everything related to baby in this one because whenever you're going out and about, you need everything related to the baby in one space. So, a good quality baby bag is something that you need. It should look good, it should be good, and it should have lots of pockets, zips, so you can place in so many things. Now, let's talk about baby clothes because we love to spend money on clothes. And one thing that I learned is don't buy too many newborn sized clothes. They're adorable, but many babies either skip the newborn size because they're a big size baby or they completely grow out of that size within a few weeks. I would recommend buying more clothes of the 0 to 3 month size range. You'll get more use of them. For everyday wear, onesies are best friends. Take sleeveless onesies, full sleeves onesies, and 2 to 3 good quality, expensive outgoing clothes. Buy plenty of socks because somehow these baby socks disappear and I don't know how this happens. Wipes, diapers, of course. I'll be covering baby toiletries in the later part of the video as well. I had a mix of sleeveless onesies and full sleeves onesies depending on the weather. So if your baby is a summer born, winter born, buy accordingly. For everyday wear, onesies are basically your best friend because you don't want to spend so much time dressing and undressing your child. Onesies are perfect, and get those ones with zippers on. They are a lifesaver. Trust me. I got baby clothes from my parents, from my in laws, my siblings. So I had a lot of clothes as gifts. So I did not spend a lot of money buying clothes for my baby in the initial days because I knew that I will have a lot of clothes in hand. And you also take your time, get organized. If you know that you're getting a lot of gifts, then try minimizing that budget on the baby clothes and try organizing them according to the ages. One important tip is to organize and keep your baby clothes in different packets, in different shoppers according to their ages. Because a lot of times, what happens is you buy clothes, but you don't end up using them because you either forget them or by the time you remember that you have clothes, your baby has outgrown them. And that's basically a heartbreak because if you can't really make them wear the clothes you've bought for them, oh god, that's very sad. For the more expensive outfits, you don't need an entire wardrobe of expensive clothes because babies they grow incredibly fast. I would suggest buying only 2 to 3 nice outfits for special occasions, for birth photos, family visits and everything. I know it's very tempting to buy baby clothes because they're so cute and you just want to buy everything possible for your baby. I understand, especially as first time parents, because you are not experienced. But when it comes to fancy outfits, don't go overboard. And make sure that you buy good quality ones, the ones that are made of cotton, especially because baby's skin, it's very delicate, and newborns, they get rashes, allergies, and god knows what. So every time you make them wear a new cloth or some new dress, you are bound to notice some rashes, some pimples here and there. So it's important that you don't make them wear mixed clothes. It's good to always make them wear cotton, not polyester, and just read your labels when you're buying baby clothes. Bibs are another must have, especially once baby starts spitting up milk or their saliva. So you need that. Baby caps and especially this pillow. We use them to shape the head of the baby. Many people don't do it. If you don't, so just skip this one. Next are swaddle sheets and blankets. They are used daily in our house. Swaddle sheets help babies feel secure and cozy, especially in the early weeks. I recommend having both good quality blankets and some regular, everyday, affordable blankets. Nicer blankets are great for outings, photos, and colder weather, while the regular ones you can use them at home without worrying about constant washing and everything. This specific one is a hand woven one. Everybody appreciates it every time I take them. This hand woven crocheted blanket was a gift from my aunt, and I loved it. Every time I take my baby with this blanket, every single person asks me, "Where did you buy it from?" So it's always a good idea to buy an expensive one which stands out because your baby's special, and sometimes for great outings and pictures, you need to invest in few clothing items which will pay off a lot. You can also keep it for your future babies as well. And you can also gift it to somebody else, hand it down to your, you know, nieces, nephews, wherever. You should also use these transparent bags, Ziploc bags, to keep your baby clothes. It helps to keep them organized either in your wardrobe or anywhere else because if you don't see your baby clothes, if you can't see them lying in the drawer, lying in the wardrobe, you are bound to forget about them and you will just end up ordering more, buying more of them while you realize because this has happened with me. I'm guilty of it. There are few clothes which have been left untouched and I'm so sad because I never got the chance to make my baby wear them. Muslin cloths, these are good for swaddling. You can also make them basic sheets, or if your baby is born in summer months, you can use them as sheets, as blankets. Instead of using woolen blankets, you can wrap your baby in this, or even place your baby on, just cover them up with this. Changing sheets are important. Take those ones that are plastic from the underneath side and cotton from the upper side because it's convenient and safe for the baby. Baby carrier was incredibly helpful for me because newborns they often want to be held all the time. So this carrier allowed me to keep my baby close to me while I had my hands free to do things around the house. Even other people who are a bit scared to hold the newborn baby because they're so tiny, so little, it's easy to carry your newborn in this. My mom, she got these made for me from Pakistan. She gave me all these pictures to choose from, and I chose the two ones. So she got two for me, but I think for a newborn, one is more than enough. You don't need to buy two because you can just wash these and use them again. So it's not an issue. They also look really cute. They come in all different sizes. You can also get them ready made from Amazon as well. You don't need to get them made, but this was a good buy. Now, speaking of convenience, I will talk about this newborn changing caddy. This is something I loved having it. I kept diapers, wipes, creams, extra clothes, changing sheets, all essentials in one place. Instead of running around the house and looking for things when you're changing potty and diaper, everything is right there, especially during the night changes when you're sleep deprived, you're half asleep, and you need to change your baby's pamper, diaper. You need everything in one place. And even for others, when you are, giving your baby to a nanny or their grandmother or father, they know what things are where and they know where to get them from. I've kept a sanitizer, some baby creams, nappy creams. You don't need a huge collection of baby products or baby toiletries. Basics are more than enough. Essentials are a gentle baby body wash. Just take a non-fragrance one if your baby skin is sensitive, baby lotion, baby oil, and a good nappy cream. That's really what you all need to get started. If you want to take more things, you can. Now, let's discuss feeding. If you're planning to formula feed, you'll obviously need formula milk and bottles from the start. If you're planning to breastfeed exclusively, you will not need formula or lots of bottles immediately. However, I would recommend that you invest in a breast pump. It gives you flexibility, you can express milk, store it for later use. Especially for working mothers, or you need rest, somebody else can feed your baby while you can rest. And I know it's a lifesaver because when you are feeding your baby non-stop, newborns they want to be fed every hour and it can become very, very tiring. Personally, if you ask me, I plan to breastfeed, but I still kept a small supply of formula at home for initial days and for emergencies. It gave me that peace of mind that I had a backup option if I needed one. Bathing a newborn can feel terrifying, especially if you're a first time mom because they're so tiny and slippery. So, a baby bathtub with soft padding really helped me. Initially, my mother was there, and then my mother in law, they helped me with the baby. But afterwards, I will need this, and I think this is something good for solo parents, those who do not have support. They can bathe their newborns without being scared. Always take help if you are scared, but just remember that this soft support will make the experience much safer and comfortable for both you and the baby. Buy a baby safe nail cutter because their nails grow very, very fast and they scratch their little faces. Use a nail cutter that's specifically for babies, this one, or there are electric trimmers that are available all over Amazon and TikTok, and it will make your life so much easy. And you will not be scared to cut their nails because they're so tiny. You will end up either cutting their nails or their skin, and that is something that you should not do. Remember, your baby doesn't need every gadget on the market. What they really need is comfort, your safety, feeding, sleep, and lots of love and cuddles.